And today's starter, Ryan Wu. What should we keep an eye on here?
Boog, this guy usually turns in a very good outing. His teammates really enjoy when he's on the mound. Everyone seems to be loose, which can help the offense be a bit more dangerous. So if you look at the opposing lineup, they're hoping he doesn't just settle in. They want to make this an uncomfortable start from the beginning.
All right, ready to go here.
Leading
Jacob Wilson now at the plate.
The shortstop, number 5, Jacob Wilson.
And there's a foul ball. Late swing fouled off. And the 0-2. Base knock center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Nick Kurtz, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
That's out the corner.
Wilson on at first, nobody out. That's outside. 3-1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one carrying. See you later. He'll touch them all. The Athletics score first. It's 2-0. Next up for the A's, Shea Langoliers. Strike on the inside corner.
It can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Swing, and he breaks his bat. Naylor. Throw not in time, and he's safe.
Well, that's one of those knocks where you almost expect to get some jabs from your teammates when you get back to the dugout. That pitch got way in on him, and he couldn't do much with it, but good hustle to get up the line.
Runner on the go. And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. Swings through that one for strike 2. Foul ball, still 0-2. Ground ball could be 2. Good feed. That's 1. On the Naylor.
Yep,
They get 2. Base is empty after the double play. Tyler Soderstrom digs in now. Ground ball right side. Rivas tosses to first, and that's the 3rd out. Back at T-Mobile Park, and pitching in this one for the A's, Luis Severino. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Julio Rodriguez stands in now and watches strike 1. Late with the swing there.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can Get away with locations like that right down the middle, but I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
0-2 now. In the air, left field. And it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here's Josh Naylor. In the air, right field. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 outs. Here's a big power threat. Cal Raleigh. Now a quick throw to first. Back to first, and he's safe. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. The 0-1. Runner goes again. Pitch misses. Throw. Save. Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. In the dirt. Man at second. This one in the air, center field. And the inning is over. Back in Seattle, now it's the right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Lawrence Butler.
Butler goes 6 feet 3 inches, 25 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2018. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff at the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
Hit hard on the ground is short. Crawford throws to first in time. And quickly one away in the second.
The third baseman.
Next up for the A's, Carlos Cortez. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball.
Ball inside.
This one in the air, center field. And he makes the catch. And there's 2 down. Jeff McNeil stands in.
The center fielder, Jeff McNeil.
That's a strike across the top of the zone. Battling here as he fouls it away. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That one gets down for a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Pretty good changeup on the outside corner, but he did exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. See it deep and keep your hands inside it to drive it the other way.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Now Jacob Wilson. Oh, that hit him. The throw is still in time, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. Bottom of the inning. Now it's the Mariners DH, Luke Raley. And a foul ball. The 0-1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Fights it off. He'll see another. The 0-2. Ball 1 there. This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot. Stepping in, Rob Refsnyder. Hard hit, but right at him in left. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Foul ball there. The 0-1. There's a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. In plenty of time to first, 2 away now. Here's the second baseman, Leo Ribas. Here's the tag, and he's out. And that is that. Back at T-Mobile Park, new inning getting started. Nick Kurtz getting ready to hit.
Oh, ball 1.
Sliced hard but foul. Swing and a ground ball. Naylor takes it to the bag. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. And here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers. Reached on an infield single his first time.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Check swing, but he went too far. It's a ball and 2 strikes. In the air, right field. Canzone has a beat on it. And there's 2 down. Now it's going to be Brent Rooker. He's 0 for 1. Up the middle. Nice grab. From his knees, the throw. And they get the out. As we go to the last of the third. And stepping in for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford. A little out front there as he swings through it. Next offering is fouled back. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Next for the Mariners.
Back to the top of the Seattle order. Now the third baseman, Brendan Donovan. Fly to center his first time. And that one is lifted in the air. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And that's a double.
Wastes no time there. Great hands on that swing to take the inside pitch and drive it into the gap for the double. It's easy to spin off a pitch like that, Boog, and you can pull that thing foul, but that was perfect.
Now here is Julio Rodriguez. Man at second. Just missed.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
What a stop. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. Next to hit, Josh Naylor.
The Mariners, the first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
Check swing, but he went too far. Strike one. That one to first. The tag, and he's out. And the inning is over. On to the fourth. Leading off Tyler Soderstrom.
Tyler Soderstrom.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
He was all over that one. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Butler batting for the second time, and that's strike one. Fair ball. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
Cortez in the box for the second time. 1 ball, no strikes.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to and really attack this hitter. Not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes. Runners at second and third and one out. Jeff McNeil, the next to hit. The opportunity right here. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Zach Geloff will hit next. Picked up a base hit to center his first time on. This one in the air, right field. And he can't quite get there. It's a foul ball. 0-1 down.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam. This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly what the pitcher wants.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Huge strikeout there. All loaded up. Jacob Wilson up next for the A's. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Fastball for a strike.
Tough situation right here. So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Makes the catch, inning over. Bottom 4, and now it's the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Outside, ball 1. Swings through that. This one high in the air to left center. One down. At the plate, Luke Raley.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up. Well, right now this battery is seeing the aggressiveness of the hitters early in the count and often. So got to be real careful that you don't give too good of a pitch, especially early in the count.
Here's the 0-2. And that's a strikeout. Matthew Ross says he went around. Rob Refsnyder up next for the Mariners. 0 for 1 so far. That one is hammered right field, and that's got extra bases written all over it. He makes the grab. That is back in Seattle, digging in, Nick Kurtz.
Nick Kurtz.
That one fouled off.
You know, these Athletics doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
That one hammered center field. Way back there, it's got a chance. On the warning track, and hauls it in. Shea Langoliers now at the plate. Cruising on the mound right now, but a dangerous hitter here in this spot. A guy with some slug to him. And there's a ball. Langoliers, 28 years old, and he was a third-round pick back in 2019. Into the outfield, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
In the box here, lets that one go for a ball. New pitcher for the Mariners, Yasver Zulueta.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
That's to third. Throws to second for one. What a double play that was. Inning over. We head to the bottom of the fifth. And now for Seattle, Dominic Canzone.
Dominic Canzone.
Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. There's a swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Left field. Dives and it gets by. And the tying run is on base.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Pitch was. In and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Stepping in, Leo Rivas. Just missed. That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Runner on the move. In the air, right field. And there's one down. 1 out, man at first. Next to hit, J.P. Crawford. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. This one in the air, center field. McNeil under it. Takes it in for the out. Brendan Donovan digs in now. 1 for 2.
Third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Here comes the 0-1. Runner on the go. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's got a chance. Bangs off the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores to tie it up. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out. Now the number 2 hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Line, and that's a base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and the Mariners take the lead. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for this team. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Naylor in the box now. Takes strike 1. Severino checks the runner. Safe at second, and he gets back in. Man on second, 2 down. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Here's Rodriguez trying to score. The run comes in from second. Throw is cut off. Goes to first. And now he's out trying to get back. All set for the top of the 6th. Leading off, Tyler Soderstrom. And he takes a strike.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
1 away. And now the right fielder, Lawrence Butler. That one missed.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That's a ball.
That misses. Ball 3. The Mariners up by 2, and we're the top half of the 6th. That smash towards center. Out number 2.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Cortez stands in. He leaves that one off the inside.
That's out the corner.
2 down, nobody on. Naylor. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Well, we go bottom 6. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. Hit hard, but foul off to the left.
Well, these Mariners really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. The numbers help tell the story. I mean, they've been sitting fastball, and it's paying off in a big way. So far with 6 hits against that pitch alone.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
The 0-2. Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts.
For the Mariners,
Now it's the DH, Luke Raley. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off. That's towards center. McNeil takes it in for the out. And there's 2 down. Rob Refsnyder getting ready to hit. Swing, and a ball popped in the air out to shallow center. That is the inning. We go to the top of the 7th, and now here's Jeff McNeil.
The center fielder, Jeff McNeil.
Forward.
On the ground, right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now it's going to be Zach Geloff.
No,
Just missed.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
The tying run at the plate. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. And that one ripped to left. One away. One out, man at first. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson. 1 for 3. This one in the air, right field. Fair ball. Lead runner around second. To third,
No,
not
he's
in
in there,
time.
safe.
And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone.
Next for the A's,
Nick
the
Kurtz
first
up
baseman,
next for the A's. You
Kurtz.
gotta feel intentional pass coming. Bases now loaded,
next for the
though it
A's,
does set up a force at every base. So
Langeliers.
bases loaded with 1 away. Shea Langeliers. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Matt Brash.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute 1 pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
That's off the mark, and that's ball 1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Grounder might be 2. Crawford tossed to second, and that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs. Now it's the right fielder, Dominic Canzone.
The right fielder, number 8, Dominic Canzone.
Ripped to short. Throws to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up
Leo
next for the
Rivas
Mariners,
now at the plate.
second baseman, Leo Rivas.
Gets under it and pops it up. And that's a foul ball. Check swing called strike. That is strike 2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Checks a swing. Appeal to third. No swing. He goes down looking.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P.
2 down, base is empty. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. Drilled out towards left center field. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. Brings it in. And that ends. We're at the top of the 8th. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. High fly ball out to center field. Rodriguez on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Important first out to begin. The new pitcher in the game, Gabe Spire. He's into the game with the bases empty. On the ground right side, Naylor takes it himself. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
Next for the A's.
And now Lawrence Butler. Two down, nobody on. That's in there, and it's 0-2.
Looking very settled on the mound here in the 8th. One more out, they'll probably hand it off to their closer for the 9th with at least a 2-run lead.
Good job to fight that one off. Sets him down looking. Fastball to letters. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the Mariners leadoff man. Brendan Donovan. New arm out of the bullpen. Hogan.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
The Mariners going with a pinch hitter, Randy Arozarena. Randy Arozarena, the leadoff batter as he swings through it for strike 1. Oh, 2 now. Over to first. One gone to the bottom of the 8th. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
Swings through that one. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And the 0-2.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Mariners. The first
2 outs,
baseman,
base is
number
empty.
12,
Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners.
Naylor.
Taps softly to the right side. Play made, that ends the inning. Back at T-Mobile
Leading
Park,
off for the A's,
we go to the
first
ninth.
baseman.
Carlos
Pinch hitting
So
for the
Mark
A's,
Kotsay going with a
number
pinch hitter here.
77,
Andy Ibanez.
Ibanez.
Looks like a pinch hitter for the A's. Max Muncy. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And a foul ball. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Takes it in for the out. So up next, Jeff McNeil.
The center fielder, Jeff McNeil.
And that is out of play. Foul ball. The M's trying to close out a 2-run lead here at the top of the ninth. In the air to left center, Rodriguez turns to the right on the move. And there's 2 away. The Athletics down to their last out. Zach Geloff up next for the A's. Next offering popped in the air, right field. And that'll do it.